In previous videos, we've looked at collecting like terms to simplify them in expressions in which the variables are the same. And it's been relatively straightforward to identify the variables. We're going to have a look at this example here. And if you have a look, you can see in every case, every term has an n present. However, some of the n's are by themselves and others, the n, as you can see, is squared. So let's have a look at some like terms. These are like terms because the n is squared. We have n squared, 5n squared, and just n squared. Here, if you look, you have n by itself. In both cases, you have n here by itself, and here you have 5 lots of n. Now, the thing is, this n squared is not the same as the n by itself. It's regarded as being different. Now, remember, throughout this expression, n is a variable, which means it can take up a value. So if we were to consider a typical value for n, in other words, n equals 3, then we can see that this is worth 3, and this is worth 3, and in fact here we've got 5 lots of 3, whereas here we've just got n by itself. But we need then to consider this, that n squared is equal to 3 squared, because we've set n to 3, as we can see by this. Consequently, we know that 3 squared is 3 times 3. So when n is 3, n squared is 9. So in the expression, this represents the value of 9. Likewise, this represents the value of 9. And here, this represents 3. And this here represents 3. So it's important for us to therefore realize that when we're considering the like terms for this expression, n and n squared are not like terms. So let's consider this by itself. And we can see we have these terms being like terms. And this one's got a minus in front. So we can put these down here, as you can see. We then can turn our attention to these like terms, which is minus n and minus 5n, because we always have to consider the sign in front. So they are then brought down to here, as you can see. So we have collected like terms together. Here, for example, we have 5n squared minus n squared. And of course, that's going to give us 4n squared. And here we have minus n minus 5n, which is going to give us minus 6n. Consequently, we can see that this will simplify to this once we've collected the like terms and simplified the like terms. But before I go on, I want to emphasize this point. You see, this n squared is not a like term with this n. N and n squared are not like terms. So just bear that in mind when you're dealing with these types of examples.